Hi, I'm Seamus Kirst.
And I'm Lovely.
And this is the first episode of Kirst
Love. So basically the premise of the show is we're going to give you a rundown of pop culture gossip and some TV events that you need to know.
We're also going to do cooking recipes, basic wellness facts, and we're not doing that.
I didn't sign up for that one, so. Well, a topic that has been on everybody's timeline on Twitter has, of course, been Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa and their divorce.
Before we go into this, I just have a quick question.
Yes, Seamus.
So I've heard some speculations and accusations that Amber Rose is kind of like just famous for being a thought. So I know you're more of a fan and you have some like Philly connections with her, and those are not my personal opinions. I've just like heard those, the rumor mill a little bit, passing through the grapevine, and I just wanted to kind of...
You want me to clarify it?
And I think a lot of people have that misconception.
All right,
or
okay. Let me break it down for you. All right. Granted, she was a stripper.
Nothing wrong with strippers.
Nothing wrong with strippers. We endorse them.
We endorse all strippers.
But...
We support all strippers.
But she dated Kanye West, and after while she dated Kanye West...
Define dating.
They were dating, like...
They were like boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yes. Like, they have...
Facebook official.
They were Facebook official. They had... spreads in magazines, and then from there she started her modeling career. And she would like go to...
Did they meet at the strip club?
I think they met at Purple Orchid, that's in South Philly. And
loves the Philly gal.
But I think they met there, and don't quote me on this, but I think they met there, and then from there they started dating. And they went to award shows together. They had fashion spreads together, all that jazz. And after something happened, this was during the 808 and Heartbreaks album for Kanye, but something happened, they split up, and I think it was Kim Kardashian that happened too.
Oh, that could be.
But they split up, and then Kanye kind of paid her off to keep her mouth shut about their relationship.
So there wasn't going to be another like Confessions of a Video Vixen.
Nope.
Out there, great book.
But back to Wiz and Amber. They had only been married for a year, and they have a son. His name is Sebastian, and
cute name, great name.
They call him the Bash. He's a cutie pie. He's like just.
They didn't go
chubby.
Sebs.
No, not Sebs. Bash.
Bash.
I think off topic, but they have a son together. They've only been married for a year. They just celebrated their anniversary. And they're posting Instagram pictures no less than 3 weeks ago with them two in it, and come to find out. Allegedly, Amber Rose caught Wiz Khalifa having an affair with twins.
Like at the same time?
At the same time. She walked in on them.
Like,
and then,
like all three?
All three.
That's strange.
Like, first of all...
That's, I don't know. That's some Game of Thrones shit.
Like, you're sisters, and I wouldn't do that.
That's
like,
nasty.
That's disgusting.
They are thoughts. And he is a thought. And Amber's not a thought.
Amber's not a thought.
For all the haters.
I mean, she has a questionable career, but who doesn't?
I think this just goes to show that relationships truly are like a ball of yarn, and once you snip a little piece, which in this situation was having a threesome with twins, it can unravel quickly.
Yeah.
As though a cat is playing with it and rolling down the hall, and the strings just coming
Someone's
undone
knitting
until there's nothing left.
Gone.
And that's just what's left of their love, nothing. I think we should talk about Amanda Bynes. On Sunday, she was arrested at 3 a.m. for a DUI because she stopped at a red light, but instead of stopping at the light, she stopped in the middle of the intersection, which isn't funny because it's a serious safety hazard for all their drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists on the road. But yeah, but then I read somewhere that the controlled substance she was determined to be on was Adderall. But then she also said she failed her sobriety test, which doesn't make that much sense to me, because I would think that if you were on Adderall, you'd be able to really focus on the line and really be able to walk it straight. All other distractions in the world would just go by the wayside.
Maybe she was on something like Adderall and something else.
Like Adderall and embalming fluid or something. Like it was like lace.
How do you lace Adderall?
You like dip it in fluid.
And then you just, I feel like ingesting embalming fluid would be more Like,
or maybe smoke it. Maybe that poison.
yeah,
that's
I'm
true.
pretty sure you died. So it wasn't embalming fluid. Sorry about that.
Also, I don't understand how they did, I guess, blood tests. So I was going to say, how would a breathalyzer see Adderall? But I guess it was, like, maybe, like, after the fact that they determined this.
I don't know. I feel like you have to be on, like, a ton of Adderall to, you know, be bad at focusing. Because Adderall is supposed to help you focus. I just don't get it, Amanda. What are you doing?
Yeah, and it's just sad because I guess, I mean, her parents had that supervisor role that's legally bound, which term I do not know at the moment. But, and this expired like a month ago, and already she's gotten herself in trouble, which is just really sad. She's only 28, and she's just kind of throwing her life away. And yeah, and her lawyer has recently released a statement. Lawyer's name is Tamar Armanac, and she shot down reports recently that Amanda has schizophrenia, which were widespread, so that's interesting. And apart from that, which I can believe that, maybe she doesn't have it, like, can't just assume people have schizophrenia, it's, you know, it's not polite. But she also said Amanda currently is on 0 medication. She's devoted to living her life as healthy as possible. She's never had a history of abusing alcohol or hard drugs, and she's proud to say she's been marijuana-free for the past 9 months. And while I can believe the schizophrenia part, that is just bullshit. I mean, we all saw those tweets. We saw the one about her wanting Drake to murder her, Female Anatomy. We saw the ones calling Rihanna ugly, which just isn't true.
No, it's not true.
I don't really remember what the other tweets were. But
no, they were crazy. They were crazy.
They were
sauce.
crazy. And she threw the bong out of her window.
Mm-hmm.
But it also says, it acknowledges that she smoked weed, but I guess she couldn't really deny that.
She said it was a lamp, too.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Amanda.
Maybe it was both.
It was a bong lamp.
But, yeah, but apparently she's been not smoking for the past 9 months,
Okay.
which, that's true,
I
that's
know, like,
great, but it's not, doesn't really count if you're doing other things instead.
Apparently she enrolled in some type of art school, right? And it was like art and design, and she was trying to get her life back on track, and then I guess it just plummeted.
Yeah, it's sad, but she has a court date scheduled for October 23rd, and she'll be seeing Judge Trudy. So we hope that the dancing lobsters, you know,
Come in,
are there.
break it down for us real quick.
Yeah, that they side with her. Are they the jury or no?
No, they just brought the dancing lobsters in after like the fact.
They were spectators.
They were spectators.
I thought the dancing lobsters were part of like the Amanda Bynes democratic process. So okay, so whoever's on the jury, I hope helps her out, or maybe doesn't help her out since maybe she needs a little tough love in her life right now.
Sad,
it's just really sad.
situation.
I mean, I still really enjoy watching the Amanda show from time to time.
Or just when she was a baby on All That.
All That,
and
Figure It Out.
Yeah.
She's the Man. That Snow White knockoff. Easy A.
Yeah.
She's really been through a lot of films, and she was really cute and normal until very recently. I don't know what happened.
She had bad wigs, and then she got like her cheeks pierced.
It really makes
bad.
me concerned for my own mental health because, you know, there already have been some waivers in mine, and the fact that hers went from being seemingly so stable to so out of control in such a short amount of time is really disconcerting.
I think you're already kind of crazy, so it's not going to change that much.
But I don't throw lamps/bongs out of windows.
Please don't do that. I would stop associating
Although I
myself
do
with you.
sometimes stop slightly past the line and a little towards the middle of an intersection, but that's, you know, breaks these days just aren't what they used to be.
I mean,
so
you definitely just said
feel
that
the
it
pain.
wasn't safe for cyclists and pedestrians, so...
That's why I opt out of driving quite often, because I really just, you know, I prefer to be a passenger and help with the directions, GPS when it's faltering. So, you know, throw out, take a right here.
Thank you for
Biker on the side.
helping
and
the
trap
world
up.
by not putting yourself behind a wheel. I'm proud of you. But I can't talk, so...
Yeah, you don't have to really say.
I know. A topic that came up today, actually, TMZ gave us the lowdown on this one. Kendall Jenner and the Beach, Justin Bieber, were seen in Paris on Tuesday night at dinner. And come to find out, he was at breakfast with Selena Gomez earlier that day. So he's two-timing.
Well, I also think this is really interesting in light of the fact that Selena and the Jenners were friends a few months ago, and then she kind of like cut ties and said they were toxic. And I think a lot of times when you do that and say someone's toxic, you can cut those ties and they just don't care, and will kind of infringe I don't really know why Kendall Jenner wants to be a side chick.
I don't know, because it said they were just like friends, but I mean, if you're in Paris after some random fashion event and you're like smoozing each other in a restaurant that is dimly lit, I mean, some things can be like taken away from that.
Also, why are Selena and Justin in Paris? Are they dating?
No, apparently no, because remember Selena Gomez was like, I don't want anything to do with Justin Bieber. And then like 2 weeks after that, she had an Instagram picture of him and her up. And I don't know, I just don't approve of their relationship anymore. And Selena Gomez is not sticking to her guns as far as Justin Bieber and his swagness.
I feel like the only Justin gossip that I really care about is when he spent $75,000 in cash in a Miami strip club. Because I just think it's commendable that how much he made it rain. Like, that is beyond making it rain. That is a monsoon, a hurricane. I don't know, just like that stripper probably paid for college for like 2 years with his like 4 lap dances. So unless he was doing that in Paris, I just don't really care.
Which he probably wasn't. Let's be real.
Yeah, because he'd be making it rain with like euros or whatever.
Colorful money.
Alright, we're at my personal favorite part of the show, Basic Bee Tea, where we talk about basic bees of the past, people who were, the basic bee was buzzing around them, they irritated it, it stung, they didn't have adequate Adderall.
Went to anaphylactic shock.
They didn't have their EpiPen, and they've just been, consumed by this basicness and will live on in history forever as being a basic bee. So my nominee this week is Annie Camden, aka the mother from Seventh Heaven, show that I watch so often, which is really strange. I did not grow up in a religious which I guess a lot of people probably didn't. And really, when you go back and watch that show now, it really pushed certain moral codes that I don't really have. He's a pastor. It was very just religious. Not even undertones, overtones, overtures. There was kind of, anti-premarital sex and stuff. I feel like a lot of times when people had sex, they'd immediately become pregnant. As though...
Yeah, Seventh Heaven got wild.
Having a baby was like planting a sunflower seed, and if you watered it, it would grow. That's not how pregnancy always works. Not saying that you shouldn't use condoms and have safe sex, but just because you have sex once doesn't mean you're going to have...
Where are you going with this?
25 kids like
okay,
Annie freaking Camden, the annoying... self-righteous mother of Seventh Heaven.
It's okay. He feels very strongly about this.
And she's, an annoying actress. I don't even know the actress's name. She's really annoyed me. I don't even want to look it up because that's how basic she is.
I'm so sorry. All right. Well, on the theme of 90s television mothers, my TBT goes to Aunt Viv from Fresh Prince, and not the first Aunt Viv, not Aunt Viv played by Janet Hubert. I'm talking about Aunt Viv that was played by Daphne Maxwell Reid. They replaced her because Janet and Will were having some real life troubles, and they just randomly up and put new Aunt Viv in the last 3 seasons, and I wasn't for it. I knew it was fake. I didn't like Aunt Viv the second, and she wasn't down with the crew like old Aunt Viv was, and she was dancing in Alvin Ailey, or that's probably wrong, but she was dancing at other stuff. But
they looked quite different, right?
Yes, they looked different. If we put them next to each other, they look very different. And Will even he acknowledged it on the show as a joke, but I didn't like that. And
what did he say?
He was just like, "Hey, Viv, you look real different right now," and then looked into the camera and broke the fourth wall. And
I hate fourth wall breaking.
Yeah, it's not.
Also, I just think that unless the actor died, it's just it's really annoying when they replace people. I get if someone's dead, you have to, because you can't taxidermy them and make them a puppet and use voices to recreate that current presence.
Or you should just send them off on a business trip or something.
Yeah, but it's just so. I don't know. I just can't adjust to it. I'm trying to think
I don't know. In Bewitched, they replaced Darren 3 times and nobody noticed.
That's interesting.
Like, oh yeah,
But
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore died,
Yeah,
so it was
he
a
died.
necessary
That was
thing.
sad.
You had to change all the books, you know? But, like, I just don't really agree with this switching people in and out.
No, I mean, and as you can see from
It takes away from the authenticity of
Fresh
my
Prince,
favorite television programs.
as you can see from Fresh Prince, second Aunt Viv did not work, and I did not agree with her.
It kind of became this stale Prince of Bel-Air after
Yeah, it
she
wasn't really
joined the
fresh.
cast.
So,
That's it for this week's episode of Kirst Love. We hope you'll tune in next week. And, you know, we usually say if you don't, you're basically...
I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
Wait, are we getting that serious?
No, that's not. That'd be rude to her.
Yeah. Subscribe to our
You're
show.
right.
To take our antics on the road, you can follow us both on Instagram and follow the Kirst Love Twitter account.